Well, we're officially live on YouTube, and I do apologize. It's a little dark in here, but that's because it's really super hot here in Michigan. And that light up there emits a lot of heat, and I don't want to sit here and sweat my ass off. So, as long as you can see at least part of my face, I'm good to go. And you should be good to go too. Thank you, sir. That is my dad. It is officially 3 o'clock Eastern time. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear. Today's date is Sunday, August 29th, 2021. Of course, you just saw my dad, and of course, we also have Amy joining us off camera this week. They're sitting on the same couch. Usually she's sitting over here, but I guess she wanted to sit next to Dad today, which is fine. So, is it more comfortable to sit on, huh? So we've got fans going in the background. So if you can hear that through the mic, I do apologize. It's just really hot in here. We do have severe thunderstorms on the way. In fact, we're under a severe thunderstorm watch until about 7 o'clock tonight. That includes Saginaw County, Gratiot County, Tuscola County, and points northward. Does not include Owasso or Lansing or Flint or any of those places. It's mainly from about us and points north. And I've been monitoring the weather situation, and there are warnings. There's some special marine warnings on Lake Michigan, and those thunderstorms will be approaching. Let's see here. They are approaching Muskegon, or will very shortly. They'll be making landfall, and then up north, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings for the Gaylord area, and those thunderstorms are moving to the northeast. It's rather quiet and clear in our neck of the woods, although there is a little thunder shower, I guess you'd want to call it. It's popping up around Mount Pleasant, and then there's another one over northeastern Montcalm County moving northeast. I could be a meteorologist, and that would work out too. There's also a pop-up shower over Gladwin County. So like right near Gladwin, I think. So, but no warnings in our area as of yet. I hope y'all had a wonderful week. My week was okay for the most part. Printed off some letters for some cancer kids. I made plans to meet up with a young boy from my geographical area, not particularly Chesaning, but from my geographical. He is he's had issues with his heart, and he's a survivor. And his dad and I contacted his dad, who owns a business, and potentially maybe this Saturday we're going to meet up, do a little meet and greet, maybe get some pictures taken, and kind of get to know each other a little better, and we'll go from there. Dad and Amy you guys were at the Owasso Speedway last night, right? Yeah, they got rained out. It got really stormy, like really bad here. And I was home alone too, and I'm watching the cloud to ground lightning strike like a couple miles away, and it was really super bright. They got rained out, so they had to come home sooner than they usually come home. There's just been a lot going on. A couple of celebrity deaths to pass along. A former child actor, and I saw this on, I think it was Yahoo or AOL, I can't remember which, but a former child actor named Matthew Mindler was found. He was attending college in Pennsylvania, and he had gone missing, and nobody could find him. And then just recently, I believe it was yesterday or maybe the day before, they found his body. And I remember, back when I was really collecting autographs, I had sent a fan letter to Matthew, and because I liked some of his work, I was really intrigued by his performances and filming and television and such. So I sent him a fan letter, requesting an autograph. If you sign autographs, I'd like to get one. I never heard back from him. I wasn't sure if maybe it could have been the case where he didn't sign autographs, or maybe his parents just didn't allow that. But either way, I remember sending him a fan mail letter, and So that's one memory that I have for myself, that I actually had sent him a letter. I sent a letter to his agent, and I, learn of this news, this most recent news, and yeah, it's really a shame. My love and condolences go out to his family during this difficult time. And there's another big name in the acting world we lost this morning, Ed Asner from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. He was 91. For those of you who remember the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Ed Asner played the role of Lou Grant. And then in the 80s, he had his own spinoff series called Lou Grant, which was a spinoff of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. The announcement was made this morning that he passed away. And again, my love and condolences go out to Mr. Asner's family. And I do have an autograph of Ed Asner, by the way. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that out there. Trying to think what else. Oh, my cousin Destiny got married today. Yeah, my cousin Destiny Patterson got married today to a young man named Timothy. And I think Mom attended the wedding. She attended the wedding ceremony. She wanted her, or my cousin Destiny wanted her aunt, my mother, to walk her down the aisle and give her away to this young man named Timothy. So I don't know whether to cry or to congratulate her for getting married. I have very stern opinions about marriage, which we'll get into a little later. What's that, Dad? Yeah. So she got married today. I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about. I've been kind of busy. Yeah, the phones. I don't know what's going on with the phones. We all have cell phones, and of course I have a landline phone, but the cell phones have been, for some reason, dropping the calls. When I tried to call Dad yesterday to let him know about the storms coming through, it would drop my call. I don't know if it had anything to do with the weather or if it's just a glitch in the technology, which I'm leaning more towards the latter. I think it's more of a technological glitch, because Dad tried calling my other brother, Jay, and the call dropped, and I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on with these phones. But yeah, these phones are just terrible. And I think, are you having a problem with your phone too, Amy? No? Maybe it's just certain phones. I'm not really sure 100%, but in any event, these phones are aggravating as hell when they don't want to work.
I think Jay and Crystal got that Cricket or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Straight Talk.
Yeah.
And they don't work for these in certain areas.
Right. I know I go through Metro PCS and it doesn't work everywhere.
I go through Cricket. It's awesome. It works everywhere.
I'm thinking of switching up to Cricket. I'm really.
Way up by the Mackinac Bridge, Jared, and my
yeah. See, I need a phone that's going to work everywhere and not just in specific areas, which that's what drives me crazy about this technology that we have. Because cell phone signals, although yes, you have to be near a tower to get a signal, or be, somewhere near a Wi-Fi connection to get a signal. But cell phone signals in general are satellite linked. There's satellites in orbit sending signals to the towers to send to your cell phone. There should never be a reason, there should never be a time when you go without cell phone service. The satellite is always in orbit. It's always in space. Satellite, we do always get signal, but when it storms, that's when we lose signal. But it's awful funny now with radio. With radio, that's a different situation. Whether it storms or doesn't storm, you're going to get a signal. You're still going to listen to the radio. You're still going to get a radio signal. yeah, you might get static when lightning strikes nearby, but at least you still have a signal. And with cell phones, for some reason, I don't understand the technology, and maybe I need to brush up a little bit on how all that works, because to me, at this particular moment in time, does not make any fucking sense. It can tell you what time it is, it can tell you your location, but yet I can't call out. Yeah, I can't call out, but I can't accept calls coming in. What the fuck is up with that? Technology is weird, and the cell phone has, for the most part, become a GPS, not only a GPS tracking device, but we're kind of on tether when you think about it, because it knows every move you make. It knows where you are every second of every day. So, and I'm not someone who likes to have my privacy infringed upon. And yeah, I just don't understand the technology, how it can know one thing and not the other. But I digress. That'll be another conversation for another day. Yeah, so not a lot going on other than it's been so hot and sticky. It was 91 yesterday. The air temperature was 91, but the heat index was up around 100 degrees.
Yeah, we got at the racetrack.
And
Sorry, Jared.
oh, go ahead.
We got at the racetrack last night, and it was so hot. I had to find some shade until it cooled down.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the heat. I've gone on record of saying that many, many times. I do not like the heat. It's disgusting. It's gross. I don't know how people enjoy this. I think it's just awful. It's just really terrible.
And if you go in the water to go swimming,
Yeah.
let that glare off the water, and it's gonna burn you.
Yeah. And like some people, it's cold at first until the shock absorbers get used to the water. But even still, when you get out of the water, you're in the sun, then you're going to burn anyway.
Yeah.
It just makes you hotter. I don't know. I am not one for the heat. I do not like the heat. Now, if it's 40, 50, maybe even 60 degrees, that's doable. I can handle that, but
I can even handle the 70s.
Not-
There's a breeze.
not with all the humidity. Not with the humidity and everything it's like soup outside. It's just really thick and it hugs you, and because sweat doesn't evaporate, so you're constantly sweating, and everything sticks to you, and it's gross. It's disgusting. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the heat. I don't know what my plans are for this week. If in fact I do get in touch with the friend of mine whose son had heart issues, and he's doing much better now, by the way. But if in fact he does contact me, I don't know. We might do the little meet and greet sometime this week, probably on Saturday, because he and that's my television that you see glaring on the side of my face. But anyway, if he, if things go right, if things go as planned, I'll be able to meet this person and his son. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not going to give away any more information, because there's certain people who they just like to keep a close watch on all my videos. They like to be mindful of the things I say, so that way they can try and use it against me. So I got to be very careful and very selective on what I want to talk about and how I want to describe it and how I want to talk about it. So, but you all already know that. But again, I do apologize if it's too dark in here. That light, again, like I said, that light gives off a lot of heat. It emits a lot of heat, and it's hot enough as it is. I mean, we got the fans on, and they're just blowing around the hot air. So I do apologize for that if it's problematic for you. I'm going to check the weather again real quick, because I've seemingly ran out of things to talk about. So you'll probably be able to see my face now. Let's see. Roscommon County. Severe thunderstorm warning for Crawford, northern Roscommon, east central Mazaki, and western Oscoda County until 4 o'clock. I'm going to read this report to you because I quite frankly have nothing else to talk about unless these two over here give me something to talk about. At 3:01 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Grayling to near North Higgins Lake to 6 miles north of Mottersville, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. So they're moving along pretty good, very rapidly. Severe thunderstorms will be near Grayling and North Higgins Lake around 3:05 p.m., which they've already been there. Higgins Lake and Roscommon County Airport around 3:20. So in the next 5 minutes. Other locations in the path of these severe thunderstorms include Lovell's, I think it's Lovell's, South Higgins Lake, Roscommon, Garland, Lewiston, Red Oak, South Branch Township, and Luzerne. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. So if you live in Crawford County, northern Roscommon County, east central Mazaki County, or western Oscoda County, and if you're watching from up north, that would be you. Severe weather's in your area. Take the proper precautions and do as need be in order to be safe. And speaking of weather phenomenon, which I was going to talk about initially, Hurricane Ida has made landfall in Louisiana. Now, this is 16 years to the day that Hurricane Katrina had struck Louisiana. And now today, they're dealing with Hurricane Ida. And I had gotten in contact with my friends in Louisiana to make sure that they were okay, that they, just to let them know that I was, thinking about them and checking on them and wanted to make sure that, everything was okay. They told me that everything's fine. They've got, proper precautions set in place if need be, if they need to take action, which I'm sure they have. Evacuation orders have been set in place for New Orleans. And they live closer to, I'd say, Baton Rouge than New Orleans. Excuse me. But I check on them every so often to make sure they're okay. And my friend told me that they've got everything they need, like emergency kits and all that stuff, and evacuation plans are set in place. And so I always check on him just to make sure. He said that it may be a life-altering situation for the folks in Louisiana, which I have no doubt, because it is a Category 4 storm. And it's packing a hell of a punch. It's got a big surge. And so I'm just waiting to get that text message from my buddy again, letting me know that he's safe, and he and his wife and children are safe, of course. And, we'll find out later, hopefully. I just need to know that they're safe, and I need to know that they're, doing all right. But I've been yakking away. Is there anything you wanted to talk about, Dad? I've run out of things to discuss, really. Amy, how about you? Had to deal with your mom the other day?
Yeah, she was actually pretty good. Had a little issue, and she was embarrassed. But like I told her, Mom, don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, nothing to be embarrassed about.
Comes with age,
Right. Oh, I'm looking right at Dad. How could I have forgotten this? Dad had his appointment on Friday in Saginaw at Covenant Mackinac. His appointment was at 1:30, and we got there shortly after 1 o'clock. And he was already signed in, like within 5 minutes of being there. And we were already back out to my van by 1:30. It was that quick. He had to go inside this machine. Well, why don't you say it, Dad? Why don't you explain? Yeah, yeah, for those of you who may not have heard that, he thought he had to take his jewelry off because he's got a ring and he's got a chain on his wallet, and he thought he had to remove it. And they said, nope, you can leave it all on. He went inside this machine. They told him to hold his breath while wearing his COVID mask. And it's like, how is he going to hold his breath when the mask is taking his breath away anyway? He's not holding anything. I couldn't go in, of course. I had to wait in the lobby. But we were probably there for about maybe a total of, I don't know, 20 minutes tops, if that even. I mean, we were in and out rather quickly.
You made a post. My comment didn't come on it.
Well, Dad had to go to Saginaw, and I took him, and then afterwards went to Junction of Hope out in Layton Corners. It was my treat, and I know, Amy, you wanted to go out there. But I took Dad, and I would have taken you too if you would have came with us.
Oh, I know.
But
you did catch that message.
Yeah. Well, because we stopped by Grandpa Fuller's first, and because Dad says, well, could we stop around by Grandpa's to see if he's home? Sure. Well, Grandpa wasn't home. We saw a couple deer out by his driveway, by the way, big deer. And then from there, we went to Layton Corners to the Junction of Hope. Dad and I are sitting there eating our food. Lo and behold, Grandpa Fuller comes rolling up in his car. And Dad says, Dad, do you ever stay home? And Grandpa says, oh, no. My grandpa's 82 years old. He wears a fedora. He's got suspenders, short, stocky guy. He's got lady friends he goes to see, and hey, he's spry. If I was 82 years old and as spry as Grandpa is, I'd be going out chasing women too. But yeah, that's the Fuller thing. That's the Fuller charm, but that's his business. But he sat down at our table and he says, did you guys eat already? Oh yeah. We done paid for the meal. We ate and, everything's been paid. Dad and I, we ordered their 2 eggs, sunny side up, because they serve all day breakfast there at Junction of Hope. I love Junction of Hope. I had 2 eggs, sunny side up, Texas toast, hash browns, shoestring hash browns, and extra side of bacon. So they really piled the bacon on. Dad got the same thing. We ate it all. Our dinners were gone. And then Grandpa sat down and he says, I want 2 eggs over easy, bacon crispy, white toast, and hash browns, shoestring hash brown. Basically the same thing we had, other than he had his eggs, I think, prepared differently than we did. But they serve some awesome breakfasts at Junction of Hope. And Junction of Hope, you might have known this, but the Junction of Hope is the first restaurant in the United States of America that employs those with special needs, like Down syndrome and like other health issues. So, and it's a nonprofit restaurant. But we go there all the time. My grandpa goes there, Dad goes there, I go there. And Amy, if we ever take her out there, if we decide to drag her with us, we all go out there. It's a wonderful meeting place. The people there are awesome. The food is great. And they're just really awesome people. Leonard and Chip are a couple of the employees there. They've got Down syndrome, but they are the most nicest guys, the most nicest, hardest working people you'd ever meet in your life. Chip and Leonard are very, very cool guys. Very cool guys. The owner of the restaurant, his name is Mike. Really nice guy. His adopted daughter works there as well. And she's very super sweet. Sweetest girl. And yeah, his son's in college. I think, didn't he say down in Detroit? Yeah, down in somewhere in Detroit area. So yeah, it's a very friendly family friendly establishment is what I wanted to say. But yeah, it's The food is excellent. I love going there for their all day breakfast, and they make a damn good nacho supreme.
Well, the same day was oh, you can eat fish. I thought maybe that's what we do.
Yeah, and there's another place we go to. Sometimes we go to Granny's Kitchen over in Oakley, and we have their all you can eat fish. It's a fish fry. I think it's cod and walleye, if I'm not mistaken. And the prices are reasonable too. I mean, you get all you can eat fish, and then you can have your choice of mashed potatoes or French fries, coleslaw, green beans, cottage cheese. I'm trying to think what else. I thought there was another side, macaroni and cheese. Is it? She just said green beans.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, but you get the green beans, but then you get like
Oh yeah,
your choice of coleslaw
yeah.
or cottage cheese.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
I always get the
salad.
coleslaw or the salad. Yeah, just a regular, like a little tossed salad. I always get their coleslaw because I love coleslaw. I would have to say that KFC makes the best damn coleslaw there is ever anywhere.
I do not know where you found it in the store, but the stuff that you get in coleslaw, the small pieces,
Yeah.
I love it. It's kind of tastes like KFC's.
What I like, and I tried this when I was in Louisiana a couple summers ago. It's called snow crab salad, and it is awesome. It is good. Because I was with my friend and her daughter and her niece, and we all went for a ride. She says, have you ever had snow crab salad? I said, I don't think I have. She says, well, today is your lucky day. There's a first for everything. And I got to tell you, it was really fucking good. It was delicious. I loved it. And now that I'm up, of course I live in Michigan, so I'm always looking for snow crab salad. I love snow crab salad. Have you ever had it, Amy? Oh,
Matt had something. and I
Oh,
don't
it's
know
so
what
good.
was, but
it is so
I
good.
tried some stuff that Matt had. It was either shrimp or crab.
You never did? You can't catch crabs in the snow? Oh. Wah, wah, wah. There won't be a Monday flashback for the next 2 weeks. No, tomorrow there won't be because Dan Richards and his wife are vacationing in Myrtle Beach. And then the week after is because it's Labor Day and Billy's won't be open. So there's going to be 2 weeks without the Monday flashback this week and next week, but we will be returning on September 13th for the Monday flashback out at Billy's, located at the corner of M54 and M57 in Clio, just east of town there. You hope what, Dad? Yeah, they're already there. They're already at Myrtle Beach. Yeah. Yeah, that's Louisiana. That Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina, I believe. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't just give bad information. Let me check just to be safe. I'm really conducting Google today. Now there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Muskegon County. Okay, Kent, Ionia, and Barry. Severe thunderstorm warning until 4:30. At 3:26, a severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles south of Lowell, moving east at 25 miles an hour. Locations impacted include Lowell, Lake Odessa, Saranac, Freeport, Woodland, Clarksville, Woodbury, and Alto. Yeah. So, and that's just right. It's just west of St. John's. It's just that way. So the one for Muskegon County is until 4:15, severe thunderstorm warning. At 3:17, a severe thunderstorm was located 13 miles west of Roosevelt Park, or 14 miles west of Muskegon, moving east at 45 miles an hour. Locations impacted include Muskegon, Muskegon Heights, Roosevelt Park, North Muskegon, Lakewood Club, Fruitport, Norton Shores, Dalton, Holton, Sullivan, Brunswick, Muskegon SP. I'm not sure what SP, State Park, perhaps. Wolf Lake, Duck Lake State Park, Twin Lake, and Cloverville. I think I just taught myself what SP stands for. I think it's State Park. Large hail and damaging winds and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with the storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Okay, now let's go see where Myrtle Beach. I'm pretty sure it's South Carolina. I'm almost certain that it's South Carolina. I'm really consulting Google today, guys. Myrtle, yes, city in South Carolina. I'm so good, I knocked myself out. Yes, so they're in South Carolina. The hurricane hit Louisiana, so they're quite a ways from the hurricane, but nonetheless, they're they're vacationing out on the East Coast. So,
Jared, sorry to interrupt, but you've even had people come to me and Dad and say, well, hey, if Jared wants to go on a ride, I know he knows where this place is, so see if he'll come with us.
It's not hard to, like, big name places like Myrtle Beach. I think it's South Carolina. It's because it's so familiar.
Right.
Now, like, if I'm going to anywhere around Michigan, I look at a map. I look at Google Maps, which is free, by the way, and I get an idea, a visual of, okay, I'm very familiar with this highway. I can turn on this road, which will take me to this road, which will take me to the next destination, and so on and so forth. And I can visualize all of these things. I can visualize it. However, if there's a lot of directions, like say if I'm going to Detroit, I would study the map, and lest there be construction of any kind, I'll print off the directions, and then I'll kind of follow it as I'm going down the road. Okay, I'm south on 75, exit number yada yada yada, go this way, go that way. And then I'm usually, like, just take me to the next available freeway. I can get myself out of it. And I usually do. I got myself in Detroit last week, and I got myself out of Detroit last week. But it's all just a matter of direction. You got to have a good sense of direction. You have to know where you're going at all times. And when it comes to like thunderstorms and things like that, when you find out which, where they are, which direction they're headed. Now, there's a warning out for Ionia County. Ionia is just west of St. John's. It's between St. John's and Grand Rapids. And the storms are coming east. So I can imagine that Clinton County will be next. Shiawassee County will be next. Saginaw County, perhaps, maybe even Gratiot County. The storms are coming. And I was telling Dad and Amy before I went live here, I said, well, I hope I get this done and out of the way before the storms hit, because I don't want to have my stream interrupted with weather. And so far, so good. No issues. Not yet, anyway. So yeah, it really pays to know direction, like north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. It knows, or it pays to know your directions. So let's see, what else can I talk about? Oh, I sold my van last week. Dad sold his truck. I sold my van. Made a little bit of money. And I decided to do a little bit of grocery shopping last week because I had to go get some stuff. I went to Owasso, went to Walmart. I went to Myers and Corona. And I got the stuff. It's called Wall Hair Cleaner. Or it's not a hair cleaner. It's it lubricates and cleans the blades on hair clippers. So I bought a spray can of that. I was told I could clean the blades in rubbing alcohol. You know, just put the blades in, turn it on, and let it run in the rubbing alcohol. Which I still might consider trying. But that's what I did last week. And yeah, I sold my van. Some guy showed up with his truck, a Chevy Silverado and a flatbed. And he's like, I'll give you because he was going to give me $450, you know, with the title, $400 without the title. Well, I had the title, but he still gave me $400 anyway because of the fact that the back end locked up. And so he had to use his winch to pull the van up onto the trailer. And hey, I made $400. I'm good with that. Right? Huh? Hello over there.
He's sleeping on his phone.
But anyway. Yeah, so I made a little bit of extra cash last week. And it helped me tremendously. I benefited tremendously from that. And Dad, actually, I think Dad was telling me that I shouldn't mention any of this on my live stream because now people are going to try to hit me up for money, which, by the way, they do that anyway. Even if I tell people that I make a little bit of money, or even if I don't make any money, people are still hitting me up for money. And, you know, a part of me feels like, okay, I'm grateful that people turn to me when they need a little bit of financial help. But at the same time, because I've helped people financially before. I've done that many times before, which I don't have a problem with that. But then it gets to a point where, gee, I don't know anybody until they need something. And otherwise I don't hear from them. And that's kind of the thing that really, you know, kind of bothers me a little bit. It's just the fact that I don't hear from anybody until they need something and yeah, or want something from me. And you know, I don't want to be known only when you need a favor or when you need to borrow something. I would like for people to reach out to me to say, hey, how's it going, Jared? You know, I don't want you to feel like we neglected you, which I don't feel neglected. Even if that were the case, I don't feel neglected. But it's just the idea that, you know, you're only hitting me up when you want something or need something. And any other time, for any other reason, any other, you know, whatever, I never hear from people. And it's like, what the fuck? Is that all you're good? Is that all I'm good for? Is when you need something? I guess some people could argue the fact that I set myself up for that, you know, by helping people financially. But anytime I've ever helped someone financially, I've found it in my own heart to give to other people. I don't have people actually coming to me saying, hey, you know, could you help me out? It's not that I don't mind that. It's just the fact that you only know me when you want something. That's really shitty. And there's people that I'm going to talk about this. Seems, you know, I can't find anything else to talk about. And it's kind of been on my mind a lot lately, all week, actually. And it's the fact that there's friends out there that I have who consider me more of their family than my own fucking family does. It's true. I mean, I've got friends who, you know, most of my friends from the oncology world still talk to me. We still communicate. And then I have just regular, you know, general friends that I've known, you know, locally for years, any number of years. And they treat me more like family than my own actual family, because my own actual family, they place themselves up here and then they put me down here. And I, for one, don't care to be treated like an afterthought. I don't care to be treated as if I'm on the bottom of a fucking food chain. I want to be treated with the same amount of love and respect that I am willingly giving. I grant love and trust tentatively. I would only hope that I get that in return, which I don't. Not always. Not from my family. Not always. That's why I always say that my friends, my very closest friends, people that I've actually got to meet, and people who've been hospitable, and they weren't so eleemosynary in their attempts to, okay, well, we only want Jared when we need something. I mean, it's not like that at all. My friends love me for me, and they love having me in their life just as much as I love them, and I can appreciate having them in my life as well. You can pick and choose your family. I used to think for many years that you were just stuck with the relatives, down the line, down the bloodline. And there is a huge difference. There is a huge delineation between family and relatives. Relatives, it just means you share a common ancestor. That's it. You both share the same grandfather, the same aunts, uncles, whatever. There's an ancestral, backlog. You're related. So that's about as far as it goes. Your family, on the other hand, your family wants you around. Your family wants you to be a part of their life. They want you to be a part of whatever it is they're doing. They want you around, and they beg and plead for you to show up. That's family. They're the type of people who say, what I have, if I got food on the stove, there's plenty of it. If you want some, you're more than welcome to it. And most of the time they tell me, you're not going to leave until you eat. You're going to sit down and enjoy a meal with your family, although we're just very good friends. And those are the kinds of people that, I don't expect anything from these people, but they offer it. They offer it. They want me to be a part of whatever it is they're doing or whatever it is they've got going on. That's family. And my own relatives, I mean, they don't even do that. They don't say, well, hey, Jared, if you don't have anything planned, come on over. Come visit us. We're having a cookout. We're going to have lots of food. You're more welcome to come join us. Yeah, birthday parties, and I know I made some rather tactful comments in the past about people who, they find childhood cancer, and these are people who were never invited to birthday parties. They were always chosen last or whatever. I said something along those lines in a daily rant previously. Personally, myself, I don't get invited to a lot of birthday parties or family outings or anything like that, but it doesn't make me a vain person. Like, I don't do things just to later on say, hey, I'm better than everybody else. Look what I can do. Don't I look so amazing? That's not me. And so what I try to do is I try to distinguish and decide which people are just relatives, people that I'm stuck with biologically, versus people who are actually family, people who want me around, people who are always wanting me to be a part of whatever it is they're doing. I have a very close mind to those kinds of things. And so, I mean, Dad would agree that, we've got relatives, cousins all over the place. They don't get in contact with us. They don't.
Well, the last time I think we seen Aunt Joanne is when Grandma died.
I talked to her the other day.
Oh, did you?
But no,
Now Uncle Mark, on the other hand, Uncle Mark Perkins, he comes over here. And there are days when I kind of get annoyed with the fact that, he comes over here just to whine and complain about everything and everybody. But at the same time, he's alone. The love of his life passed away. He's got nobody. He's all he has are his dogs. He's alone. He's lonely. And he stops over here because, just like any fucking buddy else in the world, he's got problems. He needs somebody to talk to. Come on in, Uncle Mark. We got food on the stove. And yeah, and we he'll oh, I gotta go back home. And no. We got food here. You're gonna eat, right? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna fucking eat, Mark. Whenever we have food on the stove, even at Christmas time, Thanksgiving, we always invite Uncle Mark because he's by himself. He doesn't have anybody. He's got brothers and sisters, but we invite him over here more than even his own brothers and sisters do. And that's really fucking sad. And those are his brothers and sisters, and we're just his nephews.
Right now, he's worried about one of his brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shame. It's just a shame. See, I consider Uncle Mark family. He's not just a relative, he's family because we invite him here. We want him here.
A lot of things we wouldn't know if it wasn't for Uncle Mark.
You know, I mean, yeah, Uncle Mark, we may have bumped heads in the past. Family does that. But we're always, quick to say, hey, Mark, come on over, If, yeah, Aunt Joanne and Uncle Ronnie and Uncle Bob or Aunt Joyce or whatever, because there's only 5 kids left out of Grandpa and Grandma Perkins' 10 children. And Mark is the only one that we see the most out of the remaining 5 because the other 5 are dead, including his mom, Grandma. So Uncle Mark is family. We love having him coming over here. We love to have him here. Like when the storms hit and he doesn't have power and we have power, come on over, Uncle Mark. We got some food made or whatever. We got food cooking on the stove. If there's anything you'd like to keep refrigerated, yeah, we got chips and bread and lunch meat and cheese. If there's anything you need to keep refrigerated for yourself, bring it on over. We'll make room. That's what family does. And I got a lot of relatives who wouldn't even do that for us. So
Uncle Mark's even told us, hey, you lose power, whatever, and I have power, come on over.
that's why I don't make an attempt to visit with a lot of my cousins anymore. I haven't been up to Heidi and Elwood's and months. I haven't been up there all summer. I don't think.
We've been up there a couple times.
And it's not that I don't love Heidi Elwood and the kids, but I go up there enough times, like when they lived in Chesaning, when they lived in town, I was at their house every fucking day, or they would be out here all the time. And that's because they were just right uptown. They were like 6 miles away from us. And, now I got to drive 2 counties away just to see them. They live up in Gladwin County. That's quite a hike. And I haven't made it a point to actually go up there and see them. It's not that I don't love them. I do. It's just, I feel as though I've worn out my welcome up there, as Dad had just mentioned. I feel like I've worn out my welcome, and I don't like to be watched like a fucking hawk.
And Damien last night said, well, Uncle Wayne, since you didn't get to watch the race here, you want to come up Friday night and watch the race up there? I'm racing up there.
Yeah.
And I guess Eddie's going to race up there too on the dirt track.
And that's the same reason why I don't really like going up to Uncle Tim's anymore. I don't like to deal with certain people up there either.
Yeah.
The kids come up and give me a hug, and they all stare at me wondering why. Well, they're just giving me a hug. Is there anything wrong with that? Got a fucking problem with it? And what it is because I'm single. I don't have kids. So they're wondering why the littler kids come up to me and give me a hug. Well, so they're just giving me a hug. So what? Yeah. They never make it a point to come and see us. Yeah, they never make it a point to come to stop in here to see how we're doing. So I stopped making it a point to see how everybody else is doing. Y'all can fuck off. That's my feeling.
Oh, you may see him
And they'll talk.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll see them out in public and they'll talk for maybe 5 seconds. Oh, gotta go. Well, fuck off. Bye. But I think for me, it's just being watched like a hawk. That's the shit that drives me crazy. Oh, okay, go play, go on, go in the other room. They just came up to give me a hug. What's the fucking big deal? But anymore, I just don't care. I just don't care. You're gonna talk to the dog.
Me, I don't like going up to Tim's because of the fact that no one talks to you. Dad and I stopped in there the other day.
Yeah,
You had Heidi, Elwood,
fuck them.
Matt, Melissa, Tim, Jesse,
Yeah,
and the kids.
and none of them talk to you.
No,
Not a one.
Elwood talked to Dad for a little bit.
Now, I got friends who live in New York. I got friends who live in Louisiana. I got friends who live in everywhere. And I got friends who live friends, not actual relatives, friends, and they want me to come back. At least they want me around. Those people are my family. They love having me around. Those are the people that I associate with. I have, like I said, relatives, just cousins. That's it. We used to, I grew up with my cousins. We go back since childhood, 30 years. But we all grew up and other cousins started coming into the picture, which kind of excluded Jared. We just don't want to, we're moving away from Jared. We're gravitating more towards this other cousin of ours. And well, that, and because, we went to Cedar Point and blah, 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 blah. Who fucking cares? Who cares? So that kind of put me in the dark. Fuck you. That's my answer to that. And in a way, it used to bother me, but then now it doesn't, because that right there, that pushed me to want to venture out and to make friends and to be included with people who actually want me around. They want me around. They want to include me in the things that they do. And it's not just going to people's houses to chill for a weekend. We're talking about people who are, they want me involved in their charities. They want me to answer phones. They want me to do all kinds of things to help them. And it's not, we only notice you when we need a favor. No, these people want me around. They love having me there. They love my company. They enjoy my sense of humor. They enjoy my jokes. They enjoy my personality. Sometimes I have to, stand up for myself and let the sharp tongue come out. But other than that, they love having me around. Those are my family, not my relatives who, they go right by my fucking house and they can't stop in here for 2 seconds to say, hey, how's it going? I always got to go to them. And even when I go to them, they act like they don't want me around anyway. So fuck off. Leave me to my real family, the people that I consider my family, and I'll be happier that way. Because waiting around for them, I wouldn't have ever been able to explore and to do the things that I've been able to do in my life. I wouldn't have ever gone to New York. I wouldn't even thought about going to New York. I wouldn't have ever thought about going to Louisiana. I wouldn't have ever thought about landing in Georgia. I wouldn't have ever thought about wanting to travel and go different places to be around people who consider me their true, actual family. So in that regard, I am glad that my cousins have basically shrugged me off. Yeah, I've been places that they've never been. They would only dream of going. I mean, I understand now with the COVID restrictions where you got to have a vaccination passport, that kind of makes things difficult. I get it. But I'm not going to bend over backwards and bust my balls trying to satisfy relatives who don't even want me around. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're not worth my time. They are a waste of my time. I only want to be around people who want me around. And not just for a favor. They actually want me to be a part of their life. They want to keep in touch with me. They check on me. How you doing, Jared? Now, that's family. My own relatives don't do that. So fuck them. Uncle Mark, I mean, yeah, Uncle Mark does. I mean, he'll call and check and, you know, just, okay, perfect example of family. And another person I consider family, his name is Dell. And he comes over here. I was in the area, figured I'd stop in. You're more than welcome anytime, Dell. The door's always open to you, buddy. Anytime you want. If we got food on the stove and if you're hungry, man, help yourself. Make a fucking plate. Yeah, he let Dad use the ride lawnmower so we could cut our grass because I can't tolerate the heat and there's no way I'm going to be mowing the fucking lawn in 90-degree heat. And yeah, I'm kind of going off on a rant this week or at the moment because there are certain people out there, like I said, they're not even blood related to me. And they want me around all the time. I consider those people my actual family. Like, why am I wasting time with relatives who don't give a fuck about me and never have? I've got friends over here who constantly want me around and they want me in their life. That's who I have to focus on. Fuck these people, whether they're blood or not. I got family over here, friends who consider me family. Those are the people I have to focus on more. And I do. And I do. And
I just wish it wasn't so hot.
yeah, we better change the subject. Yeah, it's going to cool off after today. That's why we're getting severe weather now. It's because the cold front sweeping through and it's going to cool things off dramatically. Yeah, Dell's mom is a sweetheart. But the severe weather we're getting today is because there's a sweeping cold front and it's going to cool things off dramatically. Everything's going to cool right off. It's supposed to be down in the 70s this week. Low humidity. It's going to be warm, but it's not going to be humid. It's not going to be muggy. It's going to cool everything right off. It's going to scrape the humidity right out. One more check of the weather to see how close the warnings are to us because we're closing in on the 4 o'clock hour already. And so, okay, the severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Kent, southwestern Ionia, and northeastern Barry counties is canceled. Okay, well, that's good news. But we have some pop-up thunderstorms now in Midland and coming into Alma. In Gratiot County, there's a line of thunderstorms from about Alma slicing through Ionia down into like the Hastings area, and it's moving east. So if you live in St. John's, Lansing, Charlotte, Eaton Rapids, be on the lookout. I doubt it because the line of storms extends up to Alma, so, and it's moving this way. Yes, east. So we're going to get some rain here in the next little while. There's no warnings for the storm in Gratiot County or Midland County, or there's a nice one in Gladwin County right now. But there's no warnings for any of these yet. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of Bay and Midland counties through 4:45 p.m. At 3:39, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Sanford, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. So those won't affect us. The strong thunderstorm will be near Midland around 3:35, Auburn around 4 o'clock, Bay City, Caucaulin, and Linwood around 4:10. Other locations impacted by the storm include LaPorte, Mount Forest, Averill, Gordonville, Bombay, Porter Township, Crump, Poseyville, Willard, and Hope. The storm may intensify, so be certain to monitor local radio stations and available television stations or, the Jer Bear channel For additional information and possible warnings from the National Weather Service, the severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 7 o'clock tonight for southeastern Michigan. And that, my friends, is how we're going to wrap up this edition of the Sunday Video Update. And I thank you all for stopping by. My name is Jared Fuller, also known as Jer Bear. Final words from Dad and Amy.
Peace out, be safe, and watch out for the storms.
There we go. And you all have a wonderful week. I will be here next week. There might be light next week because it won't be so hot. But much love to all of you. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you next week. And let's see, what is it? September 5th? Yes, September 5th, I'll be back. So much love to you.
Is that Labor Day?
The 6th, I think, is Labor Day. So much love and peace out, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Adios.